I have stayed at 4 of the best hotels at Stansted Airport. From the budget stays to the convenient options, I've tested them all, and here are the results. If you've got an early flight from Stansted, or maybe you just want to know what the best airport hotel is, this is the video for you. So let's grab the laptop and do the comparison. I just want to start off by saying thank you very much for supporting the channel. As of filming this right now, we're at about 360 subscribers, and I really do appreciate you hitting that button. And also in the comments as well, I do often reply to them and I read pretty much every single one. And some of you put some really, really nice stuff in there that keeps this channel going. So thank you very much for that. And for those of you that aren't subscribed, which statistically speaking, there's a lot of you, if you could please hit that subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. Anyway, let's get on with the video, shall we? Being an airport hotel, one of the most important things is access to the airport. And both the Radisson Blu and the Hampton by Hilton Hotel, that's a mouthful, isn't it, offered really short 2-minute walks to the airport. That's as good as it gets without being inside the airport itself. So they're both getting a 5 for this category. The Holiday Inn Express, however, was slightly further away and did require some motor transport. But there is a redeeming factor here. They do run their own shuttle service to the airport, and it only takes like 4 minutes, so it's not that bad. But you do still have to get in a vehicle, so it's getting a 3.5. The Novotel was no different. It did offer its own shuttle service, but was slightly further away at about 7 minutes or so. So yeah, that's coming last, and it has to get a 3 out of 5. On to room comfort and quality, and there was definitely a winner here, and that's the Hampton by Hilton Hotel. The room had a homely vibe and excellent amenities that really spoke for themselves when it came to quality. The bathroom was nicely designed and had good features. The TV was the best out of the lot as well, and I haven't even mentioned the bed yet, which was very comfortable. Overall, it was definitely the most comfortable / high quality room out of the lot, and that's why it gets a 4.5. The Novotel is up next. I really liked the design and the colour scheme of this room. The amenities were great again, massive TV, but a bathroom slightly on the smaller side. But let's be honest, it was big enough for me. And despite having oddly shaped pillows, the rest of the bed was actually pretty comfortable. So it's gonna get a good score of 4. Don't worry, you don't have to keep track or anything. There is gonna be an overall score at the end. And if you're wondering why I'm sitting in a 4-poster bed, well, you've got to hit that subscribe button to find out, because there's a video coming very soon. But back to comfort and quality, the Radisson comes in next, with a slightly lower score of 3.5 out of 5, solely due to the fact the room was rather outdated. Whilst the facilities of the room were okay, well, apart from the drainage issue in the shower, it could do with some TLC and updating. And finally, it's the Holiday Inn Express. Now, it wasn't bad by any means, but just with its basic and cheap design, it can't really compete with the others that I stayed in, so it's gonna get a 3.5 out of 5. Amenities and extras. Now, this is where the Radisson actually exceeds all of the others. Whilst the swimming pool wasn't amazing at the Radisson, and much like the hotel, it felt slightly old, it was the only hotel out of the lot to offer one. The gym was quite large and also well equipped, and with that massive bar area, it is definitely the winner of this category, with a score of 4.5. Up next, we have a joint entry with both the Hampton Hotel and the Novotel. Both of them provided decent gym facilities, but nothing compared to the Radisson's one. The bar and restaurant areas of these hotels are also at a similar level, so they both get a score of 3.5. The Holiday Inn, on the other hand, yeah, it didn't have any facilities really, apart from the bar area, and let's just say with the design of that, they definitely stuck to their budget objective. So again, I can't give it a high score, it's just gonna be a bang average down the middle, 2.5. Speaking of bar areas and restaurants, food is a big topic. And again, we have another joint entry between the Radisson and the Novotel. Both are very close when it comes to food. Dinner, I would say, is on par with each other. I had a starter and main in both. However, the Radisson cost me around 30% more for the same amount of food. And with that Novotel Ranch burger, it was pretty amazing. And it definitely edges Novotel closer to the win. However, the breakfast, on the other hand, the slop that the Novotel calls scrambled egg, really brings it down a notch. So that is why I've decided to put them on a level score at 4.5. The Hampton comes in next. It was slightly more basic food, but it still had a great taste. And for breakfast, they offered a really good range of stuff, including a waffle maker, but it wasn't quite up to scratch as the others. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And well, of course, in last place is the Holiday Inn Express. I think we all saw this one coming. Breakfast wasn't bad at all, but the dinner wasn't up to scratch. It actually had me regretting the meal that I ordered and made me want to try something else. There wasn't much flavour going on and not enough to be any more than a 3 on this rating scale. And that's, to be honest, with the breakfast doing most of the heavy lifting. All right, the final category, and maybe the one that matters the most, value for money. Now, of course, if you are on a budget, nothing is gonna beat the Holiday Inn Express with a total cost of £90, including both meals. It's much lower than anything else on this list, so it's got to get the 5. The Hampton Hotel takes a second spot, even though it's the second most expensive on this list. But even at £158 for the night and the meals, I still think that the Hampton Hotel offers a lot in all of these categories. It's ranked highly throughout, and I think it deserves the 4 out of 5. The Novotel is very closely followed behind with a score of 3.5 out of 5, and that's because it is only £8 cheaper than the Hampton Hotel, which I don't think that for an £8 difference, I feel like the Hampton just offers more for the price range, so I think that that's the way to go. And then finally, of course, it's the Radisson at a whopping £180. Yeah, I think that's quite expensive, and considering the outdated rooms, etc., I don't think that it's quite good enough to warrant that money. So that's why it gets a score of 3 out of 5. And that is it. The final scores are in. And let me move over. Here they are. So what do you think of my rankings? Do you agree? The Hampton's sitting right out there at top and the Holiday Inn Express at the bottom, which I think makes perfect sense. However, obviously, if you're just thinking about money, go with the Holiday Inn. It's the cheapest by quite a bit. But if you want the absolute best all-rounder, well, it speaks for itself. The Hampton wins the best hotel at Stansted Airport. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say, your support is greatly appreciated. And if you want me to try out other airports, then just hit that like button and I'll do this series again, but at another airport. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.